is finding you well. I'm here at the church for the first time in weeks. I'm excited to be here. Something that I have an opportunity to do on Sunday. I guess I'm just going to get right to the chase, not to try and cut, but I have an opportunity on Sunday to preach. And it began, I was talking to one of our elders, who he was going to preach this Sunday, and I really wanted to do the meditation. And I was thinking about Hebrews 12:1 and 2, where it says, we're surrounded by this great cloud of witnesses. So therefore, we should fix our eyes on Jesus, who is the author and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy put before him endured the cross and despised the shame. Our communion meditation and our message is going to be, what do we do as Christians with suffering? And, several weeks ago, I preached on joy and suffering while I didn't even realize I was going through this enlarged, inflamed gallbladder that had to be removed by emergency the Wednesday after. And I've had, in that 2-week period, 2 hospital stays, and a surgery and a procedure, and having to be absolutely helpless, which is something I hate doing. But I pray on Sunday that, if the good Lord gives me the strength to do so, I want to share what I've learned about how suffering draws us closer to Jesus Christ. So I'm going to ask you to pray with me, pray for me, and just pray that God is going to take this message and God's going to do something with it that's going to help transform us and draw us towards, there's this word that Alan McCrae, one of our elders, and I have been talking about, renewal. Because that's what this is for. That's why Jesus suffered and died on the cross. That's why we go through this process of being a living sacrifice. That's why we constantly seek is to be renewed. And someday, it's one thing you read in the book of Revelation, he says, behold, I'm making all things new. Christ suffered that we might be renewed. We go through suffering that we may be renewed. And we look towards Jesus through our sufferings, through our trials, through our joys, through our triumphs. We look to that because we look to the day when all things will be renewed, when there will be a day of no more pain, no more sorrow, and no more tears. So that's my exciting news, my exciting prayer request. Pray for the strength to be able to do that. I'm not going to be up and about on the stage. I think Alan's going to find a way to set something up to where I could sit and preach. But, that's the thing I'm looking forward to. I get to be among God's people on Sunday for the first time in weeks. I get to proclaim the good word, and I get to give a testimony as to how the Lord has used my suffering to draw me closer to him and to renew my spirit and renew my mind. And I pray that you're going to be able to join us for that. So I love you. I'm praying for you. Pray for me. And God